What up, AOK Mafia? It's your boy Artofkickz, and just like that, we back with another one. Alright, y'all, so we got a video here today. I've been holding on to this one for a while. This is massive dam failures caught on camera. I didn't even know what the title of it was. I just know it had to do something with dams. Well, damn. Look, I didn't know this was going to be a failure video, and it's caught on camera. Look, y'all, sometimes I just be dang on collecting videos. I don't even know what the heck they're going to be about. And this is one of those cases. I just remember there was a video that I was supposed to react to that had something to do with a dam or dams. But here we are. Let's get into it. Y'all boys, girls ready? We got tonight's live stream. I'm trying to knock this out beforehand. Let's go.
The world's biggest dams are capable of holding back billions of tons of water and can tower hundreds of feet in height,
Crazy.
making them some seriously awe-inspiring man-made structures. But what happens when all that comes tumbling down? Literally. Grab your goggles and sit back as we take a look at some catastrophic cock-ups that'll make you say, damn! The Laotian Scandal. Laos is a landlocked country led by a secretive communist government. Although it rarely shares information with the outside world, the hydropower scandal of 2017 managed to really burst through.
Whoa. You better run. That's crazy.
I know what you're thinking. How did something this catastrophic happen so fast? Well, in an attempt to bring the country out of poverty, Laos has rushed to build hydroelectric dams along its many rivers and tributaries, which likely measure around 5,000 kilometers in length or even more. The power these waterways produce will be enough to outsource 15,500 megawatts to neighboring Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia.
I'm confused. He said that the country was trying to get its citizens out of poverty. Is that what he said? So they rushed to build a bunch of these dams, and that's confusing because I feel like it would cost so much money to build these dams. Wouldn't that money be better used to bring the people out of poverty? Look, shows what I know.
By 2030, that's enough to put it on the map as the very profitable battery of Southeast Asia. This means the country has built 51 hydroelectric dams in the last 10 years, with 46 more under construction. But this rush to become battery-powered led to some serious leaks in safeguards and standards, and this became all too clear on September 11th, 2017. After a period of heavy rainfall, the under-construction Nam Ao Dam of the Pha district in the Changkwang province collapsed without any warning.
Damn.
Almost 18 million cubic feet of dirty water fell downstream.
Damn. He was right. This junk do have you saying, damn. That's wow. I see now. I spoke too soon. I see now the purpose of them creating all these dams and what it would do. But damn.
And you can see just how bad it was from this shocking footage.
Damn. Woo. That's a lot of water. And it's dirty water too. Uh-oh. Watch out.
It came on so suddenly that many were lucky to escape with their lives.
Yeah.
Just watch as these two truck drivers come within seconds of the
drive. Hurry up, y'all gotta get out of there.
Swept into the cascade.
Watch out. It's right here. It's right next to you. Run. He going in reverse. Nope, I feel bad for you. He going there.
Shoddy construction work and lax safety standards were blamed for the collapse. Miraculously, no lives were lost in the catastrophic event. But that was only the beginning of Laos's hydropower problems.
See, that's why you can't... You have to do things by the book. You got to do them to the T. You can't just have, like, no holes that you whatever, you'll be all right. No. that can cause lives, especially with something as major as this. You gotta do it right, man.
2018, a second hydroelectric dam that was under construction collapsed. But as you can see, the damage from the Chepianche Namnoy dam burst was much worse. 1,000 times worse, to be exact.
What? They made such a big deal out of the 2017. I wasn't expecting there to be a 2018 and to be 1,000 times worse. Damn.
Almost 18 billion cubic feet of water flooded 6 nearby villages, displacing almost everyone who lived there and affecting over 16,000 people.
See, they supposed to be making the economy better. They supposed to be making life for everyone better. They making it worse. It affected 6 neighboring villages, running almost everybody out of their homes. 16,000 victims to this mess. That's crazy. You know how many people that is? I know it's 16,000, but I mean, if you see 16,000 people all gathered in one spot, in one area, you will really see just how many people that is. It's crazy. It's like a freaking stadium at half capacity.
The reason for the failure wasn't simply a case of heavy rains overtopping the dam falls, but a serious engineering oversight which involved using soil instead of concrete in its construction. You heard that right.
Are you serious? See, look, this is what I'm talking about. When you're trying to cut the cost of goods, you can't cut cost of goods for something like this. They use soil instead of concrete. Are you serious? Can you? I can't believe this mess. I can't believe this mess. I don't want to say that they're deserving of what happened, but soil? Concrete! That's all I'm going to say.
Soil. Where did the engineers on this project get their license from?
For
the side
real?
of a cereal box?
Seriously?
Looks like cutting corners really shortened Laos's battery life. The Laos Dam
Oh, I would be so mad as a citizen.
failure might be a total scandal, but do you know what else is scandalous? The fact you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. Just hit that button and you'll be flooded with the most amazing stories and facts from all over the world.
This is facts though. Like, if I will have the link to his channel down in the description box, very first link. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, hit mine too.
Now, let's plunge back into more massive dam failures. Texas turmoil. On May 14th, 2019, CCTV footage from Lake Dunlap near San Antonio, Texas, captured the dam's 3 spillways looking completely undisturbed. But just watch carefully as the seconds tick by. The middle spill gate suddenly begins to bend and break. By
Oh my
86,
God.
11,000 cubic feet of water was bursting into the Guadalupe River every second.
What? Every second? That's a lot of freaking water. That would drown a lot of people. I mean, whenever it comes to large bodies of water, I always think of the fact that I can't swim and just how little of that water it would take to drown me. Look, don't worry, I'm gonna get it together. You know, I'm gonna learn how to swim. I did one year, and then I forgot the next and almost drowned. I'll be alright.
That's almost enough to fill an Olympic swimming pool to the brim every 8 seconds.
What? That's a lot of water. See, that's what I'm talking about. It only take half a second of that water to.
By that evening, Lake Dunlap's water level had dropped almost 10 feet, exposing the roots of trees and leaving many boats stranded on the newly dry bottom.
That's crazy.
But what caused this bizarrely
Well, damn.
unexpected breach? Sadly, no explanations have been offered to the public as of yet. The spill gates, which are the mechanical structures you see here, are designed to regulate the flow of water from the lake.
Right.
But considering that the dam is about 91 years old, it's possible that the waters of time have worn them down.
Well, it looked like they haven't been doing the proper maintenance. They should be checking on that junk at least once a year. when the tides are at their lowest, and the weather is at its best. Come on now. Can't blame nobody but yourself. Can't blame nobody but yourself. That's your dam. That's your country. That's your water.
Certainly raises concerns about the 1,263 other high-risk dams in Texas, according
Damn! There's that many? That's a lot of dams.
to the American Society of Civil Engineers, many of which are over 50 years old. Although the
Texas. Y'all need to be checking on these dams. Dams are incredible. Wow. I didn't even know they've been around so long, but it makes sense.
These high-hazard dams are supposed to have emergency action plans in place in case they fail. A staggering 20% have no plans of any kind, says the ASCE. Let's hope the Texans know how to swim.
Seriously.
Brazilian bursts.
Whoa.
When it comes to dam
Whoa.
failures, Brazil doesn't have a great track record. Mining operations around the South American country use around 790 tailing dams, like this one, to store the toxic byproduct of mining processes.
Ew.
These dams are cheap to build, as they're made predominantly out of earth and rock barrages. But
Interesting.
it seems you only get what you pay for when it comes to these monstrous megastructures.
For sure.
In November 2015, the Fundão Tailings Dam near Mariana City began to leak.
Uh-oh.
As you can probably tell, this was not good news.
Uh-uh.
It meant the core of the dam had become waterlogged and unstable.
Ew.
Less than an hour later, the dam ruptured in the most terrifying way possible.
What?
Just watch as it bursts open.
Oh my God. This is actual footage. Look at that.
A tsunami-like wave made up of 1.5 billion cubic feet of toxic sludge
Ew. That's nasty.
was released downstream.
1.5 billion. Oh my. That's a lot. Not 1.5 million, 1.5 billion. Who did that affect?
The nearby town of Bento Rodriguez was wiped off the map.
Damn.
Around 600 people lost their homes and
Damn.
19 lost their lives.
Oh my God. And we saw the moment that thing collapsed, and the aftermath of that was 600 people in a nearby town affected, and 19 of those people lost their lives. Man, I hate that. It's so unfortunate, but it's like there's so much more. Even though as human beings we're imperfect, there's so much more that we can do to just make sure that things are up to par, to keep people safe.
The entire incident was blamed on a huge oversight by Vale and BHP, the companies
See what I'm talking about?
managing the project. They were fined a gargantuan $5 billion for their net.
Oh, they had that much money. Oh my God. You see that number up there though? That's nothing. We're talking about lives were lost. You can't put a price on life. It's crazy.
But no amount of money will negate the fact that this was the worst environmental disaster in Brazil's history. But it gets worse. Almost 4 years later, in 2019, the collapse of Dam 1 at the Corrego do Feijão iron ore mine dominated the headlines around the world. And you can see why.
Look at that. That's a damn dam. I mean, that looks like land and it's just collapsing. Whatever this is, I don't know if this is a little town, a house, or a freaking business or a farm. It's about to be gone.
Every second of this CCTV footage is more agonizing to watch than the last, as the mudslide demolishes everything in its path.
Look, gone. Just take it.
Approximately 413 million cubic feet of mud swamped the valley, destroying entire villages and burying some areas in up to 50 feet of sludge.
50 feet. there might be people buried in that then.
It eventually coated an area the same size as 300 soccer pitches.
Whoa!
It may not sound like much in contrast to the 1.5 billion cubic feet that Fundao released, but just take a look at these satellite images, which show the shocking before and after effects of the catastrophe.
It was so
In the 2
far.
weeks following the disaster, the mud contaminated 120 kilometers of the Paraopeba River, affecting a further 10 towns downstream. Tragically, this failure also cost the lives of 270 people.
Oh my God. It might have been a quarter of the size of the previous Brazilian dam, but this one caused way more lives. The first one was 19 people, and this was 270. Oh my God. I hate hearing stuff like this.
Many of which were workers who were having lunch in the facility's cafeteria in the shadow of the dam. Some nearby residents were also swept away and buried in thick mud. And that's not even the worst part.
Oh my God. I'm over here. It's just playing in my head, you know, the experience that some of these people had just being picked up by this mud and being slammed into something hard. And I'm sorry, but it's just in my head. I gotta talk about it.
Was owned by Bali. Yes, the very same company responsible for the Fundao Dam.
They need to get fired.
According to the findings of an internal report, they'd even known the dam was at risk of collapse since 2003.
What? They really need to be fired. They knew. Oh, it was just a matter of time. Oh, let's just make sure we're nowhere around when it happens.
Although Bali claims to have addressed some internal management issues, I can't help but feel like that's just too little too late. Who do you think should be held accountable when catastrophes like this happen? And have any disasters like this happened in your hometown? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested to hear your thoughts. Now, all aboard the disaster bus.
Like, that area, it just looked like it was just holding on for years. Like, oh man, like, I'm filling up. I'm gonna pop eventually. This is not a very good structure. I'm all dirt and mud. Y'all need some serious reinforcements in me, or I'm about to let loose. Man, that's crazy.
Canadian chaos.
That's crazy.
As terrible as Brazil's dam collapses were, it's not the only country guilty of mismanaging tailings dams. Step up to the plate, Canada. That's right, the country that's famous for its nature experienced this apocalyptic tailings failing at Mount Poly Mine in British Columbia.
Are you serious? Woo!
In August 2014, the tailings dam breach released almost 258 million cubes of tailings residue, about 375 million cubic feet of surface water, and around 230 million cubic feet of water extracted from the earth. No one likes to be bombarded with a bunch of big numbers, so let me put it this way instead. The total fallout of the dam failure would be enough to fill about 9,250 Olympic-sized swimming pools with toxic sludge, most of which was dumped into the British Columbian waterways as well. And just like its Brazilian sisters, this one was down to some shady engineering choices. An investigation found that the dam, built in 1997, was built on an unstable layer of glacial till.
Dang, it wasn't even the old dam. That's a baby dam. I mean, like, as far as his age. Dang.
Something the engineers hadn't accounted for. As the dam grew higher, the pressures on the foundation increased until it gave way after just 18 years. As of summer 2020, after 5 years of investigations, absolutely no charges have been made against the engineers or the companies involved. Forgive my language, but that's just goddamn insane. California failure. At 770.5 feet tall, the Oroville Dam in California is the tallest dam in the United States. And what?
Like, my thing is, all right, looking at this dam, it's tall as heck, right? Like, what was happening before this dam was built? Was this like a big waterfall type of thing? Or what? Like, because this is clearly a higher area of land and water, and then it drops down to a lower area of land and water. How did it look before the dam was there?
Not the tallest in the entire world. But bigger doesn't always mean better, as the operators of this gigantic earth embankment soon found out. To convey water past the dam and prevent it from overflowing, Oroville used a service spillway measuring 300 feet long and 179 feet wide.
Nice.
But in February 2017, water was gushing at a standard rate of 50,000 cubic feet per minute down the spillway when operators noticed a section of the chute had been ripped away. And it wasn't exactly a small segment. Just look at how tiny those workers appear inside the spillway crater. You can see that water should be flowing down here, but the damage is directing the water off this way instead.
That's
the erosion
crazy.
of the spillway's foundation became so serious that operators decided to use a second emergency spillway for the first time since its construction.
See, look, this is a slightly better planned situation here, because they have a spillway, which this is the first dam I've ever heard of having a spillway to, you know, regulate the flow of this water. Then they also have an emergency one too.
In 1968, but erosion raised its ugly head once again, leading to an uncontrollable flow of water escaping the reservoir, despite also using the damaged spillways to counter the rapidly rising water levels.
Look at
an
that.
Evacuation order was called, which put at least 188,000 people from their homes.
God damn!
A combination of inexperienced engineering and a lack of safety measures led to this disaster.
That's crazy.
With repairs and recovery costing the U.S. an estimated $1.1
$1 billion. Damn! That's crazy. 1.1 billion. Oh my God! Just to fix a damn.
dollars. Considering the Oroville Dam cost a whopping $123 million.
It only costs $123 million to make. Oh damn! That's, well, look, taxpayers. I'm a taxpayer. Y'all welcome.
To build back in 1967, over $950 million today. The cost of the 2017 failure must have been a real bitter pill to swallow. Talk about paying double for your mistakes.
Quadruple.
Nebraska burst.
Shit, that was 10 times more.
You'd expect that the bigger the dam failure, the worse the damage. But the Spencer Dam in Nebraska proved that this isn't always the case. At just 26 feet high, this watery weir isn't even the same height as a two-story building. But its collapse in 2019 led to devastating flooding that cost $19 million in damages. How's that even possible? Following a North American blizzard, the Niobrara River became swollen with rain as well as rapid snow and ice melt in an event the dam had never seen before.
Dang.
Not to mention one it definitely wasn't designed to withstand. Some of these ice blocks were bigger than pickup trucks. These miniature icebergs blocked the spill gates, causing the dam's total failure.
That makes sense. Big chunks of big blocks of ice, the size of freaking school buses. Oh yeah, that dam can't handle that.
The earth embankment crumbled, causing damage to the main spillway, as you can see here. The break caused an 11-foot wave of water to cascade through the breach, sweeping away sections of the nearby 281 highway, a riverside saloon, and at least one home. Now that's what I call an ice-cold wipeout. Same list. Although the plant saw the completion of a sophisticated, yet totally terrifying-looking, 5-step spillway in 2011, this Soviet-era megastructure was brought to its knees back in 2009. On the fateful morning of August 17th, one of the dam's faulty turbines had been forced into operation following a fire at a neighboring power plant. It was just one of 10 turbines responsible for processing the dam's 6,400 megawatt output, enough to power a city of 3.8 million people.
Yo, how does it? I'm so confused. How is it that dams are generating power? How does that work? I need to know. I need to find this out. I got to do some research.
At 8:13 a.m., the 1,500-ton faulty turbine suddenly blasted through the floor of the turbine hall.
Wait. Are you? Wow, that's crazy. So, are you telling me that? But wait, I'm so confused. Is it only these hydropowered dams that are generating power, and some of the other ones are not? Some of the other ones that we saw collapse are just regulating water flow. And is it that the water is being fed through, which are spinning these turbines, and the I don't know, the energy that's being created from these spinning turbines, or what's creating the energy to power these neighboring towns and cities? Is that how it works? I don't know. I need some more info.
The vacant shaft, now totally exposed, turned into a deadly geyser, shooting out 67,600 gallons of water per second. Woo! Like a giant water jet. In the CCTV footage, you can see the water surging towards panicked employees as they desperately try to escape.
Run!
And in a matter of minutes, their parking lot was completely flooded.
Crazy.
But the devastation stretched further than that. Over the following fortnight, rescuers removed 177,000 cubic feet of debris, pumped 73 million gallons of water, and cleared up 40 tons of transformer oil that had been dragged into the Yenisei River.
That's crazy.
But worst of all, of the 89 workers trapped in the turbine hall and rooms below at the time of the explosion, only 14 could be rescued.
Oh my God. Oh no. So all those people that we saw running the scene before, those are people that were luckily enough to be in a position to leave. There were 89 people trapped and only 14 saved. Oh no, that's crazy. Man.
The fallout of this huge failure really begs the question. Was pushing a defective turbine to its absolute breaking point worth the cost of so many human lives? Folsom failure.
Not at all. Not a single life was that worth.
The 340-foot-high Folsom Dam in California has a pretty good history of saving the area from flooding.
They like to just build tall dams in Florida.
1955 to 1986, it saved approximately $5 billion in flood damages. And its hydropower plant produces over 774,000 megawatt hours of power a year. But the Folsom Dam hasn't come without its faults.
Dang, that's a lot of power.
Back in July 1995, when Folsom Lake was at full capacity, the unthinkable happened. During a scheduled power plant shutdown, Gate 3 was raised and suddenly burst open, releasing water at a rate of 40,000 cubic feet per second. Just look at the scale of that waterfall.
That's water. That's insane. How would you stop that? I feel like the pressure that would come through would be so tremendous that there's no machinery that you can put into place to stop
Friction
that.
At one of the gate hinges had caused a huge amount of corrosion over time. When it inevitably bust open, nearly 40% of the water stored in the lake was lost. It was a design oversight that cost $20 million to repair. But thanks to the emergency action of the dam operator, the costs stopped there. If anything, it had a positive impact on the dam industry, with renewed interest sparked on gate maintenance, helping to prevent future accidents. Colombian chaos. A dam's last...
Bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to see the amount of money that goes into creating these structures, maintaining these structures, fixing the repairs of these structures, which is far worse. Like, where the freak did they pull that money from? That junk crazy.
The line of defense to prevent a disaster usually comes in the form of an outlet pipe, a lot like this one.
Ooh, that's crazy. That's insane. I wouldn't be nowhere near it. That's a lot of freaking water. That's crazy. You get shot out of that.
These huge valves work like taps, relieving the dam if there's too much water collecting behind the massive walls.
Oh, wow.
And some can fire water out around 4,400 gallons per second.
Woo.
But what happens when an emergency measure like this isn't in place? Sadly, the Ituango Dam of Colombia found that out the hard way. In 2018, the 738-foot-tall hydroelectric dam ran into big trouble during construction. 3 tunnels had been built around the site to divert the Calco River that would eventually fill the reservoir. But only one was functional. But an unforeseen landslide blocked up the final tunnel, with no way of opening it, and after failed attempts to open the 2 other tunnels that had previously been plugged with concrete, the reservoir began to fill. As it threatened to breach the dam, engineers made the choice to have the water flow through the unfinished machine house. But it was way more powerful than any of the workers expected. Take a look.
Oh! Run, buddy, run! That's crazy. That water just shot over this man's head. Yo, look at that.
And that's when disaster struck. Suddenly, one of the previously sealed tunnels naturally reopened, releasing tons of dirty water onto an unprepared slipway.
Watch out! It's coming out! Look at that! Oh my goodness.
With this devastating amount of water heading downstream,
Nobody drive on this, please.
destroying bridges, houses, and roads in its wake, an emergency evacuation was ordered of over 25,000 people.
25?
If the dam had been overtopped, water would have flown into the municipalities at a rate of approximately 9 million cubic feet per second.
That's crazy.
That would have flooded almost all of them in little more than 2 hours. Miraculously, the dam remained mostly intact and no fatalities were reported. But this horrific event seriously put the dam in damage.
Damn.
Michigan mayhem.
Uh-oh.
I think I speak for everyone when I say 2020 has been the worst year in many of our lifetimes. But for many residents of the Great Lakes...
2020 definitely affected me in a negative way. It didn't have to be, but other people did it to me. It could have been better, you know? Look, I don't even want to get into it. I was dealing with it right before I made this video. I'm going to have to deal with it after.
State of Michigan, it got a whole lot worse. Forget killer viruses, murder hornets, and climate change. Poor old Michigan can also tick massive dam failure off its 2020 apocalypse bingo card. And I'm not just talking about one dam failure, but 2. After record-breaking heavy rains swept the state, on May 19th, a section of the Edenville Dam impoundment failed in spectacular style. Take a look at how it unfolded.
There it goes.
Yo.
There it goes.
Yo. The land just broke apart.
The 5-story embankments holding back the man-made reservoir of Wixom Lake started crumbling, and 21.5 billion gallons of water proceeded to rush through. But the flooding didn't stop there. Further down the Tittabawassee River, the floodwaters then began to flow over the top of the Sanford Dam. At just 3 stories tall, it didn't stand a chance against the torrent of waters and failed shortly afterwards. In just a matter of hours, Lake Wixom was drained and the surrounding area had been flooded, forcing the evacuation of over 10,000 residents. But this disastrous domino effect could have been avoided. In 2018, a filing against the company that controlled Edenville Dam, Boys Hydro, revealed the crooked company had neglected to upgrade the dam, meaning it could only handle about 50% of the floodwaters from such an event. The area is...
Look, there you have it, man. See, I can imagine, it's not right, but I can imagine companies that may handle, maintenance of dams being like, we don't want to work on this dam. It's here. Ain't no problems. Y'all ain't having no floods or nothing. Like, what the heck are we going to do to it? Like, we could do this, we could do that, but y'all be all right. Y'all be all right. And then this type of thing happens.
Now looking at $175 million in damages. And with lawsuits for compensation and repairs being filed against Boys Hydro, I bet they're getting that sinking fee.
Yeah, maybe we should have, gone in there. It would have cost us a lot less to, reinforce some things to make sure everything was nice and sturdy and strong. Because $175 million in damage is good. That shit.
Which of these massive
All of them. They were all bad, especially the ones that took lives. Anyway, y'all know what time it is. Like this reaction, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, the link to the is going to be down in the description box below. If you haven't already, make sure you follow your boy on the gram and Twitter at Artofkickz. I did not know what to expect from this. My emotions are all over the place right now. I will catch y'all in the next one.